I used to always wonder what it would be like to see myself through someone else's eyes. But I have learned that when you hear about the way other people see you, it can change the way that you view yourself. Last year, I got to hear about the way people viewed me through their eyes, and that is when everything started to fall apart. I got consistent messages on social media and in school that told me to kill myself, that I was fat, ugly, worthless, mean, fake, and plenty of other things I would not care to repeat. After I heard the things people had to say about me, I could never unhear them. And I didn't just hear them, but I saw them. When I'd look in the mirror, I would always notice the things that were wrong about me, just because I chose to believe what people said about me rather than ignoring them. Suddenly, I no longer wanted to hear about what people thought of me, but it wouldn't stop. Dealing with this is what caused me to notice a change in my behavior. As a kid, I was outgoing and loud. I was ready to dominate whatever obstacle came in front of me. However, I did know that some things weren't as easy for me as they were for other people. I knew how upset I would get over things and freak out without control. I lost everything, and my thoughts were always somewhere else, especially when I was supposed to be focusing on something I didn't care about. The thing is, I never thought too much of it. I was just a regular girl who messed up sometimes. Pretty common, right? My mom said that I just felt what other people felt, and that's why I was so emotional. It seemed reasonable enough, so I believed it. Last year, something changed, though. I would mope around, and I wasn't as interested in things as I used to be. I was so hard on myself because whenever I messed up, I would hear the insults play back in my mind. I wasn't confident anymore. I was afraid to stand up for myself, and I questioned every little thing I did. A voice in my head would repeat things I didn't want to hear, and I couldn't stop it. I thought I wasn't happy because of the remarks made towards me, and I thought it was my fault. I thought I was crazy. It wasn't until last year when my mom asked me where her happy daughter went. At that moment, I froze because I didn't have an answer. I didn't know. I wish I knew because I so badly wanted her back. My mom decided that my behavior had gone on too long and I needed help. She sent me to therapy. Sure, I wasn't too psyched at first about going to talk to a stranger about my problems, but I knew I needed help. On the first visit there, I was explaining how I felt in certain situations, how I have issues, thinking before acting, and how upset I would get over the smallest things. How I would get invited to parties and not talk to anyone because the amount of people there scared me. My therapist said she thought I had ADHD, which surprised me because this isn't exactly what I thought she was going to say. I was expecting depression or anxiety because many people in my family have had it. But later I found out that those are side effects of having ADHD. After a couple of doctor visits and an evaluation, it was concluded I had ADHD. My therapist Amanda said something to me to help me figure out what that meant. And I don't think I'll ever forget it. She said, "Ella, you are like a fancy car, but with no engine. People look at you and assume that you can function perfectly because you look as if you are able to. But you're stuck because you can't drive without an engine, and nobody's going to realize that, and that's just going to frustrate you." This really made me think because she was right. Nobody could see that there was something wrong with me. Nobody realized why I couldn't do some things as easy as they could. When I told people I had ADHD, not many people knew what that meant. They'd say, "Oh, that's the thing where you can't sit still, right?" It's frustrating because not many people really know what ADHD is. It's different for everyone. For me, I get thoughts in my head I can't stop. I'm impulsive and I tend to say or do things without thinking. It is hard for me to sit still for a long time. I have anxiety over the littlest things like wanting the radio station volume on an even number. The feeling of having no control makes my body feel as if it is on fire. I was also watching a TED Talk once, and the person speaking had ADHD. They said that having ADHD is like your brain flipping through 30 different channels and someone else has the remote. This made me think of being in class and trying so hard to focus on what the teacher was saying, but constantly drifting off to what I was going to be doing after school. I have, however, started to take medication, which helps me a lot. I'm able to feel more relaxed and like myself again. During this process, I learned something. Words do hurt, a lot. I've been trying really hard to stop caring about what people think of me, because no matter what you do, there's going to be someone who doesn't like you. People are so quick to judge someone, and it really bothers me because you can't know who a person is just by looking at them. I will hear people say, "Ella Reiss is stuck up," and it makes me laugh because while they think that I love myself too much, I used to not even like looking in a mirror. I didn't think I was good enough compared to other girls. I hear girls today talk about how they think I am and how they think I act. I want you to think of the overall way you treat people. Do you think you are a nice person? Do you look for ways to make someone get a little shaken up? If you think back, are you proud of the things you say? If someone secretly recorded you for a day, do you think you'd be proud to show that video to your family? Ever since last year, I've been trying really hard to be nice to everybody, and it really bothers me when I hear somebody being flat out mean. I don't get why people waste energy being mean to people. It really isn't okay that there are girls starving themselves because someone called them fat, and girls killing themselves because they're being bullied and don't know what else to do. Whether you like it or not, your words hurt. There's no way to take back what you said to someone, and no matter how much apologizing you do, you can't make that person forget it. How would you feel if someone said that to you? How would you feel if you didn't want to go to school because you were too afraid you'd get attacked? I'm so sick of the fact that there is an ideal image. A person should just be able to live their lives happily. No more sad girls crying in their bed. No more standing in front of a mirror wishing you could just change that reflection. Everyone is beautiful in their own ways. We've been put in the body that we've come in, whether we like it or not, and that is something that I've struggled to be okay with. This last year has been a huge roller coaster, but something that has helped me a lot has been books and poetry. There is a poem that I love by Atticus, and it reads, "She conquered her demons and wore her scars like wings." This makes me think of myself, and I want it to affect everyone else who's going through something. Because last year, I got through my something. I went to therapy and dealt with what I had to. I used to be embarrassed to be the girl who got bullied, the poor girl who got told to kill herself. I didn't want people feeling bad for me, and I didn't want to be looked at differently. I just wanted to be the old me again. The point in my talk wasn't to make people feel bad for me. I wanted to be an example of how your words truly affect people. Wouldn't everything just be so much easier if everyone was kind? People could feel happier with their lives and bodies. I really want more people to feel comfortable with the fact that it is okay to be yourself. I used to think something was wrong with me, but today I realized that last year has made me a better person. It has made me a stronger person, and if that never happened, I most likely wouldn't have gotten diagnosed. I'm not afraid to talk about who I am anymore. I'm the girl who got through all of that. I may not have wings to wear, but I will walk with my head up and be proud of who I am. I'm still the girl from last year, but I'm also the girl from the years before that. I am the girl I am today. I am living my life, and everything that happens throughout it is just another feather on my wings. I hold stories that nobody is capable of seeing on the outside. Everyone has secrets, everyone has regrets, and everyone has memories that make them unique. And that is the truth of a person.